Welcome back to Radio Entrepreneurs. Again, my name is Jeffrey Davis. We're in the Money Matters Radio Network studios. Just want to remind all our listeners, we are live on 3 stations, WBNW 1120, WPLM 1390, and WESO 970, and streaming live for all you computer people, and it's probably the best reception anyway, on moneymattersboston.com. And I was listening to the radio show last night, late, not this show, but Money Matters Live, and it does stream very nicely on my phone and my iPad, so I have tested it out and I have validated it. Our guest today, we have returning guests, so I'm pretty excited. We have Brian Gravel and Daniel Johnson of GraVoc Associates, Inc. Did I say it right?
You did.
Okay.
I'm impressed. You nailed it.
Okay, well, 1 out of 10 for anybody. So welcome back, Brian. Why don't you first tell us about the firm and what you do? And
Sure. GraVoc is a 25-person consulting firm based on the North Shore in PB, Massachusetts. We focus on business solutions using technology. So we have an IT practice, a software practice that does software development. We build websites for small and medium-sized businesses. So we're really one business that provides many different solutions for small and medium-sized businesses.
Interesting. Now, 25-person, that's a fairly large firm of its type.
Yeah, we've been growing quite a bit over the past few years. It seems to be one person to each practice here and there, and all of a sudden you go from 16 to 18 to 20 and now at 25. So it's been exciting to watch the growth and see the different solutions that we're bringing to different companies. You'd be surprised at all the different requests you get from different businesses, and we're glad to help them out.
So what is it that makes the firm, what's its competitive advantage that helps you to grow? Because you're in a very competitive industry.
Sure, I think the diversity of our services really helps us a lot. So for example, we'll start with a company and maybe be providing IT solutions, and they're looking to build a website. Well, rather than send them off to somebody else, we have the in-house capability to do that. So a lot of our services kind of mesh with one another, and it allows us to extend that to our customers.
And explain to us all the different services.
Well, we have the IT practice, which is your traditional IT practice, hardware, break fix, network administration, that type of thing. We have a business solutions practice, which covers ERP systems, from high-end systems from Dynamics AX, Microsoft Dynamics AX, to financial systems like Microsoft Dynamics GP, or if someone's on a smaller system, a QuickBooks setup. We have a media production practice, which I head up, which does web development, video production, and digital design. And we also have an information security practice, which my brother actually heads up, and that focuses with banks and credit unions, doing business continuity plans, risk assessments, and things of that nature for small to medium-sized banks and credit unions.
How do you like to bill your services?
Bill, as far as explaining them, it's usually quite difficult to do it in a 1 or 2 sentence pitch. But I usually just try to tell people we have a little marketing piece we put out that's a Swiss Army knife, and I think we've developed this mantra: one company, many solutions, and I think that really sums us up. We provide many different solutions to small, medium-sized businesses in regards to technology and solving their business problems.
So when you're sitting around with the office and you're talking about other firms that pretend or say that they do what you do, what's your feeling about them?
I haven't met a company that has all the services that we provide. I mean, we know other IT companies, we know other web developers and so on, but to have everything under one roof is really pretty unique, and I think that makes us stand out. I think it makes us really different than a lot of businesses in the area and across the country even.
I think in particular to the software practice, to our implementation services, I think that our differentiator is our locality, especially here in New England. There are a lot of, like you said, there are a lot of companies that do Microsoft Dynamics AX and Dynamics GP and Dynamics CRM implementation. Some of these are national providers, so rather than dealing with some consultant who's in the Midwest who's accessing your system remotely and helping you, over the phone. We actually have people right here in New England. So our 25-person firm is, pretty squarely working with customers throughout New England. And so I think our ability to put people on site with our customers is is a particular benefit of our organization.
And that was Brian Gravel speaking.
That was Dan Johnson.
That was Dan Johnson speaking. I apologize. Dan, how long have you been with the organization?
A little over a year, about a year and 3 months. And I actually come from some of these national providers. So going to a firm like GraVoc was pretty refreshing, because a lot of the type of things that we couldn't do as a national provider on a local level, GraVoc can handle. I think that our ability to be a single point of contact for the various IT needs throughout a small and medium-sized business is an incredible differentiator for us. And I think that our rate structure is much more competitive. When you're talking specifically to companies in the mid-market, who their IT dollar is stretched pretty thin. I think that we can offer services at a much more affordable level than most of these providers can.
Now, would you say the culture? Now, you're an employee.
Yes.
You're part of a family business. So
That's
I'll
right.
get back to that. Do you find it different working for a family business or this particular one in terms of the culture?
Well, just for the record, I am working on my adoption papers right now. I'm trying to get in.
And Dad's putting together a codicil for his will, correct?
Yes. Yeah. Well, let's only hope so, right? But yeah, it's funny. So when I first joined GraVoc, a lot of people said to me, "Well, wow, you're going from the corporate culture to a family-owned business." Well, hey, and I always found that funny, because years ago I worked for my brother's family-owned business. It's a business. I mean, it's run like a company. So yeah, it's a family, and there are a lot of Gravels and cousins of Gravels and wives and uncles and husbands of Gravels. But at the end of the day, it's run like a business, and frankly, not just because I'm sitting here next to Brian, but they do a darn good job of it.
So tell us about the family now.
The family was a big year for us since we last saw you. There were 3 weddings, including my own.
Oh, congratulations!
Thank you very much. Yeah, so we had a lot of family happenings this year, and the family is ingrained in our company. So, my sister's doing social media. I'm running the media production practice. My brother's running the information security practice. My mom and dad are there every day. So it's really great to be in that environment and have them, as a part of my daily routine, and to watch a business. And
you all found a way to work together and enjoy each other?
Yeah, most of the time.
I mean, work does have natural conflict to it.
Yeah, it does. But, at the end of the day, I know my boss, my dad, my mom have my back, and they will stand by a decision if I really feel passionately about it. And they will, at the same time, challenge me if I bring up an idea to the table, because, they founded the business and they wanted to grow and succeed, and they're running the business, as Dan mentioned, but at the same time they're receptive to ideas, especially brought on by family members, and with ideas to grow and move the business forward.
Do arguments ever carry over from business to home, or grudges, or things like that at times?
Yeah, my dad has a famous saying in our family: "The business never sleeps," and I think that's true. I mean, dinner conversations, if we get together for dinner, or on the holidays, there's usually some sort of talk about work, and someone at some point has to say, "All right, enough about work." But
does anybody ever bring up the topic of, Dad should retire?
It's a touchy subject, but no.
Touchy for whom?
For him. He loves what he does. He loves the company. He's very proud of the company he started and is growing, and I mean, he'll be there for a long time, and we're happy to see him that passionate about something, and we always support that. And I think that he's happy to have his children involved as well. So it's fine. It's a good thing.
So Brian and Daniel, if somebody wanted to know more about the company, how would they find the company, and how would they contact you?
Absolutely. So if you go to our website, www.gravoc.com, that's GRAVOC.com, you'll find a lot of information about our company and our different practices. And we're also on all the social media channels, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn. If you just search on those channels, you'll find us. We'd love to connect with you and hear about if you have a small to medium-sized business problem and if we could help you out.
Great having you on the show today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having us.
Good. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back after these messages on Radio Entrepreneurs.